Hey Richard, how are you? Hey Uncle Benny, how are you? Hey Dior, how y'all doing this afternoon? Hey Sharice, Sharice say hey Sugar Booze.
Hey.
They say hey. I took a little nap, not a long one, but I did take one. Hey Sarah, good afternoon to you. How y'all doing this afternoon? How are you all doing? Y'all doing all right? Melly will be on. Okay, Sharice, thank you. She on her way to work. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. What are we doing? How y'all doing? Everybody doing okay this afternoon? I got my thing on this afternoon. My thumb was throbbing this morning. It's like, no. Sharice said your hair looks good. Thank you, Sharice. I didn't do nothing to it, girl. I don't know why I look good because I ain't did nothing. Put some oil on it and wrapped it up. I'm telling you, that's all I did to it. Put some oil on it and wrapped it up. That's it. But thank you. Uncle Benny said we're having triple digits starting today. Already 96, but we got AC. Otherwise, I'm doing good. All right. Stay hydrated and out that heat. Sarah said just resting. Had to go pick Lori up early. She has a headache and she's tired. She's napping. Well, I pray she feels better, Sarah. Praying that she feels better. Dee Dee Tyler says, stop YouTube. What do you mean by that? Dior said, you look like a diamond with your hair did. Thank you, Dior. Thank you, girl. Why? What you say? Stop YouTube. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Yeah, I got a little nap, Uncle Benny. What does that even mean, Dee Dee Tyler? Hey, Donna K, how are you? Birthday countdown to, yep, counting down to Dior's birthday. Hey, Donna K, how are you? What? What? Like, Thankful Wednesday it is. Do people have nothing to do than to come on and say something stupid? Like, what does that even mean? What does that mean? Please explain, because I would like to know. You stop YouTube. Whatever you mean by that. But anyway, y'all, we gonna give a chance for a few more people to come on. 65 days until our walk. Yes, Richard, 65 days. We are counting down. It is 65 days until Autism Everyday third annual walk 2026. Won't you stop and come out and walk with us, whoever that is? Y'all know the trolls be everywhere. They be everywhere. Everywhere you go, it's one or two or three. uh, Sarah say, we be over 100 in humidity. Wow. We're at 83 degrees today. 83 degrees is where we're at. Richard say, unfortunately, right, Richard? Like, come on now. Get it together. Mind your business and drink your water. Richard said we're at 104. Ooh, child. Y'all can have those temperatures. For real, this 83 is hot for me right now. I'm trying to cool off right now. Trying to get my air on me. Uh, Sarah say, tomorrow is your... No, tomorrow is Dior's birthday. My birthday in December, Sarah. My birthday is December the 2nd. No. Uncle Benny said, wow, Sarah, we don't have humidity here in West Coast dry heat. Yeah. Nope, tomorrow is Dior's birthday, not mine. My birthday is December the 2nd. Put it on your calendar. Mark it on your calendar. National holiday, December 2nd. Right? December 2nd is national holiday. Cherie said, we got y'all storm last night and everyone type of severe weather. You couldn't get nothing too bad here, but tomorrow in Maryland and a lot of other flooding. Yeah, it was bad. Richard said, I have to water my garden in the morning and afternoon. Yeah, you should water when it's not so hot. In the afternoon, it be hot. You should water it at like in the evening, like when the sun go down. Water it. Sarah said, "Oh, Dior was." Yeah, she was telling me that it's her birthday. Yeah, tomorrow. Richard said, "I do." Oh, okay. Yeah, cause watering in early in the morning and in the evening when the sun kind of going down, it'll hold more of that moisture in and not dry out so quickly. During the afternoon is when the temperature is highest, and that's when it get dried out. Yeah. So today we kind of want to talk about parents. What are the chances of parents having multiple children with autism? Right? What are the chances of parents having multiple children with autism? Just because you have one does not mean that you will have another one. I mean, the chances are not very high in that area. It's not very high. Cherie said, Sis Dior getting up there. Yep, she be 31. She getting old. She get old like the rest of y'all. Dior getting old like the rest of y'all. Yep, she getting old like the rest of you. Look at her on her little scooty. Sarah said, y'all pray for the Robert family. Will Robert arrived this morning. He had to go in the cargo, and Saturday is the service. Oh, yeah. All righty. Richard said, I'm sure it's not unheard of. Oh, it's definitely not unheard of, Richard. Oh, of course not. It definitely is not unheard of. Cherie said, no, I was saying if an autistic person has a child, what are the chances of that child being autistic, since we don't know who get it? Okay, you were saying, oh, you're saying if an autistic person has an autistic child, what are the chances of that child being autistic? I think the chances are a little bit higher because a lot of autism is genetic. So I think that the chances of them being, the chances of a child from an autistic parent, I think the chances are higher. I think the chances of having an autistic child is a little bit higher, right? It's a little bit higher. I don't know the exact percentage, but I think the chances are definitely higher. I meant since we both know how it's developed. Yeah. Since we don't know how it's developed. Oh, I understand. I got you, Sharice. I got you. But that all kind of, it all can play in together. We can talk about both pretty much. Sharice said, also it definitely could be genetic. Yes, autism is definitely a genetic disorder. It definitely is. Genetic, environmental. Yeah. Yeah. But if you are autistic yourself and you become a parent, the chances of you having an autistic child is probably around about, I would say about 40 to 50%, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's like it starts out like at 20%. I think it's like 20%. And and if you have one, the chances of having another is not as high. So around 20 to 30%. 20 to 30%. Sarah said, yes, I agree. Cherie said, Michelle isn't autistic. That wasn't my question. Right. Uncle Benny said, my niece has two autistic children, and she herself is bipolar. They go to a special school program and are doing good. That's awesome, Uncle Benny. Yeah. Yeah. She was asking if a parent is autistic, what are the chances of their child being autistic? That's what Sharice was asking. Right. I'm not autistic. My Demarcus' dad wasn't autistic. Did we have autism in each family? Yeah. And I think the older a parent is, the more chances of them having an autistic child is up there as well. Probably around 30 to 40%. Yeah. Yeah. But normal parents have autistic children, right? That wasn't what she was saying. Hey, Miss Veronica, how are you? Because if I was autistic, I could have a normal child. My chances of having a normal child is a lot higher than having an autistic child, right? It's only about 20 to 30% chance that your child will be autistic if you are autistic yourself, right? So my chances of having a normal child is much higher. The chances of me having having had two autistic children is not that high. It's not that high, right? Demarcus was my firstborn. None of my other kids are autistic. None of my other kids are autistic. Hey, Toya, none of them are autistic. Only Demarcus, and that was my firstborn. Ms. Veronica say, much love, Sharice, and everyone. Yeah. Miss Marilyn said, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Miss Marilyn. How are you this afternoon? How are you? Tori said, hey, Sharice, how are you? Y'all are so sweet. Y'all are sweet and kind to each other. It makes me happy. It makes me happy. But yeah, I've seen families that have multiples, right? You're at the dentist. Oh, okay. I pray all goes well with your appointment, Toya. Pray all goes well. The chances of me having two autistic children wasn't that high. It wasn't that high at all. 20 to 30%. And genetics plays a big role in autism. Hey, Susan. I almost said Stephen Brandon. Hey, good afternoon, Susan. Miss Mellon said, I'm doing well, and you a little tired from birthday celebration. Did you enjoy your birthday, Miss Marilyn? I'm sure you did. I know you enjoyed it. I know you enjoyed it, and I know that you were celebrated. Awesome. How you doing this afternoon, Susan? How are you? So for me, like when I found out that Demarcus was autistic, I didn't want no more kids. Like I really had made up in my mind that I did not want no more kids because I didn't know what the chances are that the next one would be autistic as well. I didn't know, right? I was like, well, if he autistic, then I might have another one. But thank God that, all the other kids were just fine. They were fine. I'm doing okay, Susan, doing all right. So, yeah. But I'm telling y'all, my first thoughts were no more kids for me. I'm done. I don't want no more kids because I don't know if they will be the same or not. I didn't know if they would be the same or not. Big All from Southern Cal said, if you see someone with no smile, give them yours. Amen to that. Amen to that. Yes, indeed. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. If you see someone with no smile, give them yours. It won't cost you nothing. It will not cost you nothing. Sarah say, this subject touches my heart because we just had, hold on a minute, hold on. Because we just had Lori. My husband is autistic, but I'm not. But I was told by multiple doctors not to have any more because more issues could happen. Only God. Yeah, that it's you know you have to be led by God with that one. You definitely have to be led by God. You know, I found out Demarcus was autistic. Neither one of his parents are, and yeah, and I had three more kids after that. So God was in the midst of it. God was in the midst of it. If you don't hit the subscribe button, if you don't mind, Big Al from Southern Cal said, may the Spirit of the Lord follow you all the day long, and the Lord is pleased with you. Your prayers are not unheard. Amen. Amen. You came in here with the prayers. Thank you. Amen to that. Susan said, I wasn't trying to have another child, but if it didn't happen, God only wanted me to have one, right? Being kind is free indeed, Richard. It is. It definitely is. But but I had made up in my mind, like when Demarcus was like 4 years old, like when he was like three, I was like, ain't no way I'm having no more kids. But God had other plans. Three more came after that, right? Three more came after, and they were fine. Thank God. Sarah said my hubby's family didn't want us to have kids because they said there was health issues that could happen. They always bring that up. I told you you shouldn't. She is my world. She is our miracle baby. Girl, you can't listen to everything. Hey, Tanya, how are you? It's your life, Sarah, right? It's your life. It's your husband's life. And it's up to you to make the decisions whether you want to bring children into this world, not your family, right? Not your family. If you listen to your family, you probably wouldn't even be, married or none of that kind of stuff. Because they always got something, family always got something to say, right? But ain't none of them taking care of your child, right? Ain't none of them there helping you to take care of your child. You and your husband are doing that. So sometimes you have to put family out of your business. Sometimes you got to put family out of the mix of things because they tend to put a shadow over things, right? They tend to put a shadow over things. If you got somebody that's trying to dull your shine, then you need to put them to the side, right? Tell them to mind their business and drink their water because this is not your life. It is yours. It is yours. And what you choose to do with it is your choice. Right? If you listen to family, you probably wouldn't be nowhere near where you are now because family can be very negative and unsupportive and all of that. So don't allow family to get into your head and tell you what you should or should not be doing. Right? Follow God, his plan, and if God didn't want you to have no babies, honey, he wouldn't have gave you none. Right? If he didn't want you to get married, he wouldn't have sent you a spouse. So don't let family get in your head and tell you what you can't do. Ask them what can they do? What can they do to help you? Ask them that. I dislike that, right? I don't like that because I would never tell someone what they can't do, right? I'm not going to tell you what you can't do. I'm going to tell you, try it, right? Try it. And if you think that's God plan for you, then you go ahead and do it. You know, family probably would have told me don't have no more, but I dare one to have told me that. Because this is my life, not yours. You ain't the one got to take care of them. You ain't the one got to run them to appointments and all that kind of stuff. So what you say don't mean nothing if you're not doing nothing to add some goodness to it. You had a good day, DeMarcus? Tanya say, I know that's right. People always got something to say, honey. Right? They'll tell you, put your child away. I've had people tell me that your child not gonna be this, not gonna be that, ain't gonna be able to talk, ain't gonna be able to walk, all of that. Well, look at him today. If I had to listen to you, he'd be sitting in some institute somewhere or some facility somewhere, you know. But I didn't listen to nobody. You couldn't tell me nothing because you didn't know nothing about autism and neither did I. So we can't tell each other nothing until we learn something. Right? Sarah say, she proving her wrong, so it's all good. That's right. That's right. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna turn y'all around. Hold on 1 second. That's right. Proven wrong. Right? Proven wrong. Lori's still standing, doing well. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Let me see what this was. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. All right. There we go. There's Mr. DeMarcus. Sorry, y'all. I hit something. I don't know what it was. There he is. It's a train on the track, y'all, so I can read y'all comments while the train is on the track. I'm not going around. I don't feel like going around. Hey, Linda C., how are you? Miss Marilyn said, does autism get milder as you get older? For some it does, Miss Marilyn. For some it gets worse. It just depends on, you know, how severe the autism is. There are different levels of autism. So it depends on the severity of your child's autism, right? So it just depends. It depends. Some it does, some it does not. Like for DeMarcus, this is very mild, right? This is very mild. Nothing how he was, right? Nothing how he was. Sarah say, they tell me Lori will be living with us always. So what? So what? So what? So what if she living with you? DeMarcus gonna be with me forever. So what? And unless he find a wife that gonna do him right. Yeah. Susan say, Miss Marilyn, I think it depends on each individual. Some it may get milder or some it may stay the same or get worse. Yeah. Linda C say, my doctor said there's an issue with my thyroid. Is it, Linda C? Well, I'm praying that it all works out, that whatever the issue is, it gets resolved. Sending prayers your way. Sending prayers. Sarah said, good afternoon, Miss Marilyn. Lori has stage 1 mild autism, right? And DeMarcus is like in between, right? Not severe, you know, so he's like an in-between stage. He's an in-between stage. He's never been the severe case. He has never been at the severe stage. He's always been in that in-between stage, never at the severe stage. He needs minimal support. He needs minimal support. You have autistic children who need total support, right? Total support. And then you have some that need pretty much no support. So there are different stages. Linda C say, thank you for the prayer. You're welcome, Linda C. Sarah say, praying for healing for you, Linda. Yes. So yeah. Yes, Tanya say praying for you, Linda. Yeah. So there are different stages of autism, right? No two are the same, right? I don't care what people say, think, whatever. No two people with autism is the same. Every last one of them is different. They're all different. They may have similarities and things like that, but they are all different. All different. Sarah said, hey, Tanya, you enjoying this heat? Hmm. Linda C say it's always something. Linda C, keep on praying, girl. Keep on praying. Keep on praying. The devil always trying to pull us out some kind of way, right? Whether it be with family, health issues, just all kinds of stuff, right? Just got to keep praying. Susan said different stages of autism. Yes, there are different stages of autism. Hey, Angie, how are you? And like I said, Demarcus has never been in that severe stage. Never in the severe stage. So I thank God for that. He's always in that in between. You know, still needs support, right? He still needs support. Good job. DeMarcus said he had a good day at workshop. He said he had a good day at workshop. Tanya said, I see more males with autism than females. Yeah, there are more males have autism than females. Very true, Tanya. Very true. And you know, the thing with the females are, I've seen this so much that their sexual, their sexual thing is so heightened. They are very aggressive in that area. Very aggressive in that area. They are very sexual. The females are. They are very sexual. Like they are. I've seen so many of them like that. Love you too, Donna Kay. Hey, Melly. Cherie said, good afternoon, DeMarcus. Glad you had a good day. Susan said, true, beautiful Tanya. Yes. Yes. The boys are not as sexual as the girls are. I'm telling you, it seems like their focus be totally on, touching and being inappropriate and things like, not all of them now. Not all of them, but the ones that are high functioning, a lot of them are very, very sexual. Very sexual. Hold on a minute. Susan said that's why it is very important to start therapy or get the support as soon as a child is diagnosed. Exactly, Susan. Exactly. Exactly. Yes. A couple of them at the workshop, baby, almost had to beat them off DeMarcus. Wouldn't leave them alone. That's how sexual they were. But yeah, but more boys are prone to be autistic than girls. Those are the statistics, right? More males. Sarah say, yes, we had early steps when Lori was younger, and she just got accepted for a waiver for human resources in the developmental delay category, and they will help in different areas, but she is on a list. Okay. Hey, Denise, how are you? All right, so she's on a list. Yeah, and when your state don't have a lot to offer, it's really sad, especially for see that transition from childhood to adulthood. Whew, that's a rough one, y'all. That transition period, that's a rough one because the services tend to dry up, right? When they're going into adulthood, when you have a autistic child headed into adulthood, the services tend to dry up. I'm telling you, they dry up. There are not as many things offered as is for our younger kids, for our teenagers and adults. Like the services they're not there, y'all. They're not there. They're not there. And especially for our older adults. Y'all know our older adults pretty much be just lost. Like they pretty much don't have nothing. Pretty much nothing is offered, which is so sad because you need programs for these older adults so they don't get lost out here in the world, right? Because some have no families, Some have families who don't want them, and that y'all know that's how a lot of people end up homeless, is because they don't have nobody who's gonna step in and help them, and they need that help. They need it, and we don't have no programs in place to help them when they age, pretty much age out. They pretty much age out, y'all. That's what happens. It is very sad. Who was that? Hey, Angie. Uh, Angie said, "Hey, sugar baby, they back one sleep, honey. I think one sleep." Sarah said it was rough when. Susan said it was rough when Stefan transitioned from being a child to being an adult, especially after high school. Exactly. And finding programs for them is even harder. It is so hard to find programs. It is very hard to find programs. And especially if they are aggressive, if they are very severe with their autism, because they don't have nobody that's gonna do no one-on-one with no adult. Like, that is not the case, baby. You're gonna either be in a program setting, or you're gonna be in nothing, right? Or you're gonna be sitting at home every day, because these people, I still say most people are not trained with the aggressive. Some of that aggression is so bad till, I don't know. Like, I don't even know how people deal with it. I thank God that DeMarcus is not aggressive like that. I do. And I've seen so much aggression in some of our children until it's in adults. It's sad. It is very, very sad. Uh, they sleep, one sleep. Ms. Veronica said, I'm just going to keep trusting in God about my situation, because now my two sons got to pay for me to go to the doctors and my medication. Well, we're praying for you, Miss Veronica. And like I told you, we are here to help if we can. We are definitely praying for you in your situation. Y'all make sure y'all send up some prayers for Miss Veronica and continue to pray for her, right? That God work it out. He can work it out. You may not be able to see it, but he can work it out. He can work it all out to your favor, in your favor. Susan said, yes, Sarah, it's a lot. It is a lot. That transition period, ooh, child. I wouldn't want to. Look, that's a hard thing. It is very hard. And a lot of people say, oh, they'll be fine as an adult. Wait till they start transitioning. And for some it may be easy. I don't, it was bad, and DeMarcus is not even on that severe line. So it was hard finding programs, all of that, hard trying to, if the program didn't fit, then you got to go try to find another one, right? And you didn't always have that help once, they were an adult. You didn't always get the help like you could when they were a child. I'm telling you, services dry up. They be bare minimal. The services that are available for an adult with autism, especially an old one, is bare minimal. I promise you, it's bare minimal, right? They don't have a lot of programs for adults specifically tailored for older adults with autism. They just don't. It's not there. These are programs that are very much needed. Very much needed. Miss Veronica, Sarah said, praying for you, Miss Veronica. Yes. Yeah, y'all keep them prayers going for Miss Veronica. But God gonna work it out. He gonna work it out in his timing. He gonna work it out. Just a test. Hold on a minute, y'all. I missed some comments. Sarah say, it is really hard, Susan, because you have to explain to everyone in documentation, doctors and all, that have to know. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yep, prayers for Miss Veronica. Yes, indeed. So yeah, it's crazy, y'all, how there's all these programs for the younger ones, but nothing for the older ones. That's why we got to get out here and I don't know. Sometimes you got to start petitions and send letters to the state and all of that. To to make programs available. Create some programs for these older adults. Like when DeMarcus get like 60 or whatever how old, what he gonna do? Ain't no programs out here for nobody that age with no autism, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's not. It's just not. There are no programs. You can Google it and see what's in your area for someone who is in their 60s that has autism. Google it and see what it say. Google it and see if they have any programs for someone that's 60 years old and older. Do they have programs specifically for older adults with autism? Google it and tell me what you find. Google it and tell me what you find. Uh, Sarah said, I want a program for Lori where she can excel and it will be beneficial to her in the future, right? You want life skill programs, social skill programs, those types of programs. Workshop programs where it's teaching them how to cook or, do laundry, grocery shop. Those are the type of programs. Life skill programs because that's what they need. They need to know how to survive. They need that. Oh, let me not get over. Let me not get over because I don't want nobody running over me. Yeah. Tanya say you all are doing a phenomenal job with taking care of your autistic child or adult. Here are y'all flowers. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. This. I keep saying this ain't temporary. If you think it's temporary, you are sadly mistaken. Right? Now the high functions, right? The people, the adults who are very high functioning, who are able to get a job and know how to manage their finances with minimal help. Those are beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But that's not the case for all of our adults. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Right? Some need help with grocery shopping, managing their finances. Some can't manage their finances at all. Some can't grocery shop. Some can't cook, do laundry, take care of their body. They need a little help. So when nobody's there to help, what do you think they end up? In an institution, right? They end up in these nursing homes, these assisted living places. Assisted living is not that bad. Some of them aren't. At least they got a roof over their head and their meals are cooked, wash their clothes and stuff like that. But it's so confined. It's so confined. No activities outside of that place. I think that's awful. That's what you call confinement. You might as well be institutionalized. Yeah. Tanya say you are very welcome, Auntie E, and beautiful Susan. Yeah. Sarah said I wouldn't trade it for the world, Tanya. Yeah. Tanya said I know you wouldn't, my friend. Yeah. Yeah. Susan said, that's so beautiful, Tanya. Appreciate it dearly. Yes. Yes, indeed. Miss Veronica said, if you have a good child or children, you better thank God for them. Amen, Miss Veronica. Amen. Amen. Because, baby, these kids don't have to do nothing for you when you age, right? They don't got to do nothing. But if you got children who are willing to help you in your situation, you better thank God for them. Because they are few and far in between. They are few and far in between. Yes, they are. So, yeah. Yes, indeed. No, this is the world that we live in, right? We don't expect no pets on the back, but I appreciate all the kind. Y'all know we appreciate that right? We appreciate that what Tanya just said, but this is what we do as parents. Like, we're not expecting nothing in return for what we're doing for our children. Like, I'm not expecting for anything in return for what I do for DeMarcus, right? I do it because that's my child. I love him, and I'm gonna always be there for him as long as God see fit to keep me with breath in my body, right? There's nothing that I wouldn't do for him. Nothing. I wouldn't care if he wasn't able to do nothing for himself, baby. I'll be right there doing it for him, right? Until he could do better. I will be right there every step of the way. Every step of the way. Because you have some parents who are taking care of kids who can't do nothing for themselves. Nothing. Can't feed themselves, can't go to the bathroom, can't wash themselves, can't do none of that. Right? Parents that can't do children who can't do any of that, and these parents are out here taking care of their children because that's their child and they love them. So yeah, Tanya said, "Amen, Miss Veronica." Yeah, hold on a minute. I'm gonna see what y'all saying. Yeah, yeah, you got parents out here who kids can't do nothing for themselves. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Yeah, Tanya said, "I just know it's not easy for y'all." It's not, Tanya. People think just because you see a lot of times people don't see the behind the scenes, right? You don't see the behind the scenes. You don't see the behind the scenes. Things go on behind the scenes that you don't put out here on social media. You just don't, right? You just don't put it out here. So, you know, just because you see the good today, you don't know what's happening in the afternoon or in the evening time, right? When the cameras are off, right? When nobody is there. Nobody sees that. Nobody sees that. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, I read that. Yeah, nobody sees that part of it, right? Y'all, you see the good, right? You don't see everything. You don't see. A lot of times people don't put their kids out. You don't see the meltdowns. You don't see the aggression. You don't see the need for repetitiveness. You don't see any of that. A lot of times you don't see that because parents don't show it, right? Sarah said, "I always get told by Lori's doctors is truly blessed with the parents the Lord gave her. We put our all into taking care of her. We go without to make sure she's good." That's what parents do, Sarah. That's what good parents do, right? This is what good parents do. This is what they do. This is what they do. You know how many times I've had to pull the car over, right? In the earlier years, the times that I have had to pull the car over because I went in the wrong direction, because I had to go in another direction because they were working on the streets. And do you know the meltdown that happened with that? Just don't, y'all, people don't know the things that, all the things that an autistic parent goes through. I applaud the parents who are doing everything in their power to take care of their children and to take care of them in the right way, right? Not sitting them in a corner, right? We don't sit our children in corners and pretend that they don't exist. We allow them to live in the world as any other child, right? To do the things that other kids do, to do the things that other adults do, right? We don't sit our children in a corner and leave them there, right? We're not ashamed. We're not ashamed of our children. But you got a lot of parents that are. You got a lot of parents that will always be in denial, who will never be able to allow their children to blossom into the butterflies that they are intended to be. Richard said that's what good parents do, sacrifice for their children. Exactly. Exactly, Richard. You make the sacrifice and you do it with love, right? You got a lot of parents out here who are mad and angry because they have to take care of their children with a disability. Now, how crazy is that? I can't even imagine what their thought process is. Sarah said, yes, Lori has many of those, and people look, but I explain to them, and they go on their way. I would, you know what, at this point, I would explain. I still would explain. But I remember early on, people would stare and look all crazy and, say things. Baby, they would get cussed out on the spot. I would cuss them out on the spot. But as I grew, I learned that people didn't understand, right? People don't understand. People look at things and think it's just a child being bad and had won their way, right? Not understanding that this child has a disorder and they are overwhelmed, overstimulated, trying to make sense of a world that is not, first of all, not accepting of them, right? Looking down on them like they are less than. Ms. Veronica said they have a parent on social media. She exposes her child having meltdowns and she has over 1 million followers, but it's all about the dollars they get. Yeah, I don't do that one. Nope. I never have. Y'all know I click a camera off in a minute. Right? Click it off in a minute. Some things are not meant for everybody's eyes. These children deserve privacy and all of that. Right? They deserve to have their privacy, and to expose everything is just ridiculous to me. I'm not doing that, but that's just my choice, right? People do what they want to do with their children. I don't have no control over that. I have control over here in what I do and what I show. I have the control. Richard said unconditional love. Exactly, Richard. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing all that for no followers, for no money, for none of that. We'll never have nothing over here if that's what people are looking for. You won't get it over here. That part you won't get. I wouldn't care if we had 2 followers, somebody listening, right? And I ain't got to do all of that. Ms. Bronca said, yes, they do need privacy. Yes, indeed. You don't have to expose your child in the public. You don't have to expose them like that. But people choose to do it, and that's their choice. I ain't knocking them. Do what you gotta do. I can't tell nobody what to do with their child. Can't tell nobody what to show on these social media streets. Can't do it. But in the midst of you showing all of that, are you showing anything good? Are you showing anything good? In the midst of you showing all these meltdowns, what good are you showing? Are you showing anything good? Are you showing any progress they're making to be able to not go through these meltdowns? What are you doing in the background? Are you doing anything in the background to help them? Are you doing anything in the background to help your child while you exposing them on social media? Right? What are you doing? Linda C said, I don't understand how parents like to expose their kids for followers. Me either, Linda C. I don't either. Y'all know I've never done that. I've never done that. Y'all know I'll click off a camera in a minute. Come back to you later, right? Explain to you what I did to help my child. But I don't need the world watching. I don't need the world watching. I don't need followers like, not those, not that way. That's not the way I'll do it. Sarah says, speak affirmation to them every day. That's right. That's right. While you worried about a camera in the background, you should be trying to help your child to get through that meltdown. That's what you should be doing, not worried about a camera on your child on a live or a video, right? No, no, I'm not doing that. Not going to do it. Not doing it. Nope. That is not on the agenda over here, right? And if anybody come looking for that, I'm sorry, that's not what you're gonna find here, right? That's not what you're gonna find. That is not what you're gonna find, right? You're not gonna see my child running around all over the place, right? I'm not gonna put no camera on them running around like, you know, wild children. I'm not doing that. Throwing food, you know, uh, hitting everybody, all that kind of stuff. While you're on the camera, letting people see that stuff, you should be in somewhere trying to help your child to calm down, to redirect them, to redirect their attention to something that's gonna get them through whatever they're going through. Linda C said, "I like how you end it right anyway. Nothing to see." That right, Linda C. Ain't nothing for you to see. Not over here. You know it. Y'all know I'll click that camera in a minute. Bye. See you later. Gotta go. Gotta help my child. Right? That's what we gonna do. Miss Veronica say, "I like Meta. Should not let them do that." Well, they do. Sarah said, "When Lori used to do that in Walmart, I would take her out the store and calm her down in the store and redirect her in a calming way. You got to stay calm so they eventually will." That's right, Sarah, exactly. They be all on the live screaming, "Sit down, stop doing it. What are you doing?" Just all over. You all over the place, so your child all over the place. What do you expect? What do you expect? If you as a parent all over the place, then your child gonna do it too. They gonna be out of control just like you, cause you ain't doing nothing to help them, but sitting on the live. Uh, Linda C say it shows they can't control their kid, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They too focused on a live or a video. They too focused on that. And then when people make rude comments, you get mad. Well, you showing it to them. What do you expect? People only commenting on what you show them. And if you're showing them all of this, then they're going to comment. And all comments are not going to be nice. They're not. They're not going to be nice comments. Right? And people get mad because people are commenting, and some of those comments be right on the mark. Right? Get off the live. Help your child. That should be your focus. If you're on a live, get off. Help your child. Yeah. That show definitely shows you don't have no control. Right? Yeah. It's crazy though. But I see so much of it. A lot of it I don't even watch no more because it hurts my heart, because I'm just thinking to myself, like, what are you doing? What are you really doing? How do you think a live is going to help your child when they in the midst of a meltdown? How the hell is that going to help? Like, explain it to me, because I don't understand. How is it going to help? How is me sitting on the live trying to focus on a live and not my child going to help them? It's not. It's not. And 9 times out of 10, it's just going to escalate to where it's totally out of control. Sarah say she does this exercise called the balloon. She makes a balloon, then releases it. Yep, you redirecting. That's what you call redirecting. That's what you call redirecting. And that's what you have to try to do, is find something that's going to get them to calm down. Kids be on live running around. I'm telling you. And then you got these kids who are, uh, uh, you know, they just out of control in pretty much every area, right? You think I'm gonna allow DeMarcus to get on a camera and he half naked? Like, are you serious? No. You got to teach your children. You got to teach them. You got to teach your kids how to behave, right? You teach them. It takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. Yeah. It's all about redirecting, trying to get them to calm down. Not sitting on the live trying to entertain people who don't give a damn about you or your child. Right? Don't give a damn about you or your child. They just there to laugh and to talk about you. That's what people are on here for. To laugh and talk about you. Linda, she said, and then some parents think it's fun. They do think it's funny. They do. Ain't nothing funny about what you be seeing. Nothing funny. Go back and watch it and see if it's funny. See if it's funny. It shows that you are not the best of parents when it comes to making decisions for your children. When you are allowing your child to do all of that. On a camera, right? It's bad enough that they do it off camera, but to be on the camera and not focus on your child, it makes no sense. It'll never make sense to me. None. It will never make sense to me. You know? But it don't gotta make sense to me because it's not my child. I have no control over it. I don't comment on those videos or none of that, right? I don't comment. I don't do any of that. I pretty much don't even watch them anymore, right? I may come across one and look at it for a second or two and then I'm going on because no, I don't entertain that. I'm not entertaining you, right? Go do what you got to do for your child. Yeah. Uh, Sarah said yes, and they don't understand you. You got to take a different approach with kids with autism. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, indeed, you do. But like I said, people do what they want with their children. I don't control none of that. I only control what goes on over here and what we allow and what we don't allow. You know? But yeah. All right, y'all. So I don't got to cook today. I don't have to cook anything today. We are all set for dinner. Thank you all for your engagement. I'm loving this YouTube thing that we got going on over here. We kind of need to get back to it on Facebook too, but you know, yeah, we'll work our way back slowly but surely. But I'm loving the conversations that we are having over here. I love it, right? And I pray to God that someone is listening, right? Someone is listening and understands where we are coming from. Not trying to put no parent down or none of that, y'all. I am not, right? These are your children, your choices, right? So I'm not trying to talk down to no parent or anything like that. Uh, it just, some things don't make sense to me. I don't understand the logic behind why parents do certain things. I don't understand it. That's all, right? And if you can come and make me understand it, then please do so. Please do so. Come make me understand it, right? I'm very open-minded, very willing to listen. So come and make me understand why parents do some of the things that they do with their autistic children and adults, right? Uh, Sarah said, y'all have a great evening. Time to go to church. You too, Sarah. Blessings to you as well. Blessings to you as well. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up, right? Hit the thumbs up. Don't leave without hitting the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. And if you can go replay the videos and stuff, please go replay the videos. Go replay. Just hit the replay. Let them play. You ain't got to turn the volume up. Y'all know the drill, right? You ain't got to do none of that. Just hit the replay on all, everything that's available. Just replay it. That's all. That's what we're asking you to do over here. Replay, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody about Autism Every Day, right? Tell somebody about Autism Everyday 3rd Annual Walk 2026. Going down in the great city of Chicago, October the 3rd, 2026, 9 a.m., meeting at the Shed Aquarium. It is a free walk open to the public. All are welcome. There is no charge associated. We will be out spreading the word about autism, giving out information along with little goodies in the bags, just as a thank you for even listening to us. Right? Uh huh. Yes. But we love you guys and truly appreciate you all for coming over here and making uh, uh, the platform, the channel, what it is. Growth is in the air. It is growth is going, growth is going to happen when God says so, right? We're not rushing nothing. We're not trying to force anything. We are just going along with the plan that God has laid out in front of us. And as long as we do that, then God is going to make a way. He's going to make a way, right? He's going to make a way. Whether it be now, tomorrow, next year, whenever, right? We're not in a hurry. We're on God's timing, and He will do what needs to be done when the time is right. Uh, you too, Toy. You have a great night at work as well. All right, so this is Wednesday night, so I got one more day to go. Then I'll be off, and then I have to work the weekend. Um, I have to work the weekend. And for anyone that is new, may come through and see this channel, just know that we are here and we're all about autism, right? We are trying to make this channel all about autism, everything autism. That's what we are trying to do over here on YouTube for Autism Everyday, to have it be all about autism, right? All about autism, right? And if you have someone in your family, someone who may not be maybe on YouTube and don't know that we are here, tell them to come over and subscribe and be a part of Autism Every Day, right? Hitting that subscribe button ain't gonna cost you a dime. It's not gonna cost anyone anything, right? It's not gonna cost a dime. It's not gonna cost you anything to hit the thumbs up. It won't cost you anything to do that, right? Nothing. Subscribing is free. Hitting that thumbs up is free. Telling somebody, passing along some information to someone is free. Costs you a few minutes of your time to tell someone, right? Not gonna cost you no money. It's not gonna cost you any money to tell someone about autism, about autism every day, about our walk, about our YouTube channel. It's not gonna cost you nothing, right? Not gonna cost you nothing. You're welcome, Toya. All right, but we're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna go in here and get these kids fed, and I'm gonna relax before time for me to go to work tonight. I do have to go to work tonight. I'm praying to God that it's not a repeat of last night. Last night was an awful night. It was. I'm thankful and everything for my job, but last night was bad. It was bad. It was bad for me. It was bad for me. In a sense, it was bad, but I thank God that I survived everything that is thrown in my path. Right? I am a survivor. Right? Yep. Peace, Toya. So you all enjoy the rest of your evening, your afternoon, and your evening. And y'all know we'll see you all in the morning on the ride to drop the markets off at workshop, if God say the same. Uh, yeah. Thank you, Toya. Yep. Y'all got them little emojis. Yeah, I see the emojis. Melly say, everyone have a great rest of your evening. You too, Melly. Have a great night great night at work. Have a great night at work. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, we didn't get no song this morning. Maybe we can get one now. Oh no, we can't do that over here. I forgot. Oh no, I almost forgot, y'all. I forgot where we were at. I forgot where we were at, and you would definitely get copyrighted over here, right? Yeah, cause I had posted a short, and it had music on it, and yeah, it got muted. Some of it got muted. It was muted. It was muted. Melly say you too. Thank you, Melly. Thank you. It's warm, so I'm praying that, things are quiet tonight. I need a quiet night at work tonight, not a repeat of last night, right? Especially not a person being unalive and I got to go talk. No repeat of that. My heart goes out to these people. It affects me in some way. It lingers a little bit when someone passes away. It lingers, especially when I have to go and face the family that is grieving. Yep. Linda C say, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Linda C. My sissy poo. See you tomorrow. All right. So the kids are sleeping, so they ain't about to say no good night. I think Erica's still awake back there. You gonna say good night for both of you, Erica? Erica say good night.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh.
So DeMarcus said good night. He will see you all tomorrow. He love you all. And y'all know, as I always say, keep love in your heart, a smile on your face, a praise in your mouth. God first, He will take care of the rest. We will see you all tomorrow on in the morning, and then we'll see you all back over here in the afternoon for another Autism Everyday live. Bring your questions, right? I mean, your topics. If you have topics that you would like to discuss about autism, right? This is what we're going to be doing over here, talking about autism. So if you have a topic that you would like to discuss over here about autism, drop it in my inbox or text me or whatever. Just get it to me and we can definitely talk about it, right? We can definitely talk about it. Okay? We can definitely talk about it. But peace and love to you all until our next live over here. Y'all stay blessed. Love you all. Peace and love. Have a great rest of your day. And we will see you all tomorrow. See y'all later. Love you all.